report from the Trumpocine, when hate was great again. Economics expert Ron Vara, cited numerous times by Trump advisor Peter Navarro, is an expert at not existing. He thus provides company for the economy. Ron Vara turns out to be an anagram of Peter Navarro, much like tariff is an anagram for iftar, plus one F, which stands for something or other. Vara, despite or because of being a creative concoction, is a third cousin twice removed to John Barron, the president's former publicist. Look it up. Secretary of World Domination Rubio issued a memo that Columbia University anti-genocide negotiator Mahmoud Khalil can be deported because his ideas on genocide are different from those of normal Americans. Good enough, said the judge. First they came for the Palestinians, and weeks later, for you, or me. I forget which. Both. President Other Lives Don't Matter has instructed Wall Street law firms to go merit and stop helping people who need help. Clearly, we can't have unqualified unwhites bollocksing up Wall Street's complicated work of making poor people. FEMA has had its funds cut for helping migrants when it should have been helping victims of floods, hurricanes, and wildfires, which it also did. As a result, disaster victims are living in their cars, and the working class is blaming those workers who do the work for not speaking English. The canceling of disaster relief is a small price to pay for the greatening of America, said someone who didn't pay the price. Clarification. Some of us allegedly smart people oppose stupid tariffs and also stupid free trade. We support worker-owned companies and a federal ban on billionaires. Instead, we see the rebooting of the American empire, which will fail, and will fail everyone, especially workers, which is pretty much everyone, except for a few morally impaired thugs. As a guy who knew a lot of wrong things put it,
high tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs. People stop buying. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs.
President Dracula paused his terrifying of the world when he got flooded with calls from Wall Street asking where their $200 billion went. They got it back with interest the next day. The rest of us might find all this an amusing parlor game, except that our former allies are now becoming mainly allies of each other, without us. In the divorce settlement, they get stability, and we get the insane clowns, who give us good value, if you like people disappearing off the streets, along with your Social Security check. London police stormed a Quaker meeting house to arrest young thought deviants thought to be planning to obstruct the orderly genocide in or near Israel or just under it. According to police spokesman Stalino Hitlerio Jr., the group Youth Demand will be required to change its name to Youth Request, and also to stop requesting. Pursuing his campaign against false history, translation, false, meaning accurate, meaning making white 8-year-olds feel uncomfortable. King Don has asked Veep Vance to direct the Smithsonian Institution to focus on greatness, not facts. They mustn't divide Americans by race, he said. That's my job. And added, 4 legs good, 2 legs better.
He wants to take away our ability to even be honest about history. He'd like to have us cover it all over, never talk about the things that our countries did to slaves, to indigenous people. He wants to make this all just a whitewash nation where nobody tells the truth anymore, nobody preserves history. We're not going to let that happen.
He has floated the idea of renaming the complex the DJT Ultimate Museum, and the Kennedy Center may well become the RFK Jr. Center. The Danish Parliament has reacted strongly to President Gimme's assertion that Denmark wants the United States to buy Greenland. The new fighter jet F-47, named after the president, although it is unclear what the F could possibly stand for, will be sold to allies in a dumbed-down version.
Which probably makes sense because someday maybe they're not our allies, right?
A self-fulfilling prophecy, if anyone in history ever heard one. Many people are saying. In response, Canadians are canceling U.S. vacations and consorting with Australia. Europe is shacking up with South America. And Asia is as inscrutable as ever. But the semi-allies may be overreacting, since Trump is only threatening their economies, defense systems, and sovereignty. To date. Cuts in contraception. There are cuts that will contracept, but that's another story. Will increase poverty in the world and in fact will cause thousands of maternal deaths, otherwise known as murdering mothers. The cuts will save $600 million a year.
He made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million. That's not bad.
Cory Booker made history by criticizing the government for 25 hours straight, without mentioning genocide. Well, he wasn't there to speak against himself. Israel's genocide against a colonized people, its war with Hamas, has diversified from its Armageddon in Gaza and proceeded to demolish civilian homes in the West Bank, where there is no Hamas, but in fact there are Palestinians who do not exist and therefore are infiltrators and are therefore anti-Semitic and also impeding the rapture, which is also anti-Semitic.
Can you believe they are chanting about the intifada in New York City?
But who's counting, you anti-Semitic Marxist fascist men in women's sports? Cross-border travel tip. Carry a burner phone and pretend you're okay with fascism.